The intent of the workshop was certainly not normalization. There was a definite byproduct. One of the most interesting things that was a side part, nothing to do with our workshop, was the interview by the Bahraini foreign minister. Barak Ravid and other journalists got to interview him. And for those of you that didn't watch that interview or read that interview in other periodicals, I think the Times of Israel, I forget what the third one was, those messages from the foreign minister are very, very important. So we didn't host the workshop for that interview. We didn't create that interview. He did that on his own, I'm sure through the efforts of those journalists. But certainly that is a benefit. I think you first saw this happen when we hosted the conference in Warsaw back in the winter, where we were talking about how Iran is the threat to the region. That too, some people may say it's normalization, and of course that's a good byproduct of that particular conference that was run out of the State Department by Secretary Pompeo. It's important to have that normalization. It's important for the region and for the Israelis to feel more and more comfortable with each other.
They say that people have to abandon unrealistic expectations. What do we have to abandon?
It's a challenging question without revealing portions of the plan, but let me use security as the example. It's been a known talking point that I think President Abbas has said this over many times, that he would accept what he refers to as a demilitarized state. I find the word demilitarized as just barely scratching the surface on the issue of security. And maybe that made sense years ago, but would demilitarize to anybody protect Israel against the tunnels that are dug both from Lebanon and from Gaza, the balloons, the terror knife attacks? There are so many things that go into security. The word demilitarized just isn't enough. More and more people should be focused on the suffering of the people of Gaza, but the real reason for the suffering of the people of Gaza. And it is Hamas, and it is Palestinian Islamic Jihad. And if they are unwilling to change their ways, then there can't be a comprehensive deal. If the Palestinian people and the Palestinian Authority find it intriguing, then the Palestinian Authority should come back to the table. If the Palestinian people find it interesting and the Palestinian Authority still doesn't come to the table to talk about it with the Israelis, shame on them. They're missing a historical opportunity. They're hurting their people. And my hope is that they don't blow this opportunity. We'd like the criticism to be rational, reasonable, appropriate, smart, not reflexive, hateful. Because if you look at the criticism that we have, there's a lot of hate from people who are, I would say, are against peace. We know, and you all must know, and every Israeli and Palestinian must know, that there is no way that anybody could put forth a plan that everybody will embrace. It is not possible. We cannot reconcile the aspirations and the desires and the concerns of both sides. So look at the pages, all of them together, all 60 of them, or whatever it ends up being, and understand that it comes, on the Israeli side, it comes from a president and a significant team, from the secretary to Ambassador Bolton, Jared, David, myself, others, who have proven that the relationship between Israel and the U.S. is unbreakable.